guys, and welcome back to my channel. So if you are new here, you probably don't know very much about me. Just to name a few things that have happened in the last 5 years of my life. I got married. I was diagnosed with a chronic illness. It was unpredictable. Nobody in my family has it. Not really sure where it came from, but it is what it is. Things happen in life. I became a mom. We bought a house. I finished graduate school. I finished 2 graduate programs, getting my master's and getting my doctorate in 2 different fields. And now I'm a professional working person, and I'm a mother. And so I've had a lot of things to change and adapt to going from being a girlfriend to being a wife, going from being a married couple to being a family with a young child, going from being perceivingly healthy to being chronically ill, going from, just going from renting an apartment to owning a house, going from, being a student to being a professional. Just so many changes. And here are the things that have helped me get through those changes. The first thing I would say is my faith. It sounds cliche, and I think a lot of people say it, but it is something that really helped me. And the reason why is because my faith is filled with so much inspiration, so much to look at, so much to navigate, and having that, strong foundation and like reading my Bible and listening to devotions every day really helps me. So in the morning I listen to a devotion. It's only like 3 minutes long, but I do it on my way to work, or I do it in the morning when I'm feeding my daughter. And it really helps me to get my day started. Listening to the Word of God and just basically resetting. I have a very my mind is kind of like, have you ever been in a room that just had too much stuff in it and you don't really know where to go and you're kind of overwhelmed with all the stuff? That's how my mind kind of is sometimes, and I find listening to devotion really helps me to clear through all of that, clear through all of the noise. And then at the end of the night, I also read a chapter in my Bible, which just helps me put my whole day into perspective. Sometimes I think that things can happen in life that make me so focused on me and my own issues and make me feel like the weight of the world is on me. But when I read the Bible, it changes my perspective and helps me to realize that I'm such a small part in a huge world that has more to do with other things than it has to do with me, and I'm just a piece of the puzzle. I'm here to do something. I'm not here to serve me, I'm here to serve others, and that helps me a lot to end my day with that perspective. The second thing that I usually, that has helped me through my transitions is depending on and talking to my mom and my mother-in-law, and other moms in my life, my cousins, my aunts, and getting advice from them on how do they, manage working mom schedule. What do they do when their child was sick? With like a cold or whatever, different ways to go about potty training, things like that. Having that mom network of people who have been through this before and know exactly how you're feeling really is helpful, because it puts a lot of things in, it makes you feel like you're not alone. Because my husband, he's a dad. It's a little bit different. He didn't go through the pregnancy and the childbirth in the same way that I did. He doesn't have the same hormonal things that I have. And I just noticed that there's like a natural difference between moms and dads as far as, and this is not just within my marriage, but within other things that I've observed from other people. But like, it just seems that mothers just get certain things naturally, and we just naturally do certain things, and dads have to kind of be instructed or told, or it kind of has to like, you have to like light a light in their brain to help them to know what to do, or, whatever. I don't know. I just feel like some things come so naturally to me versus my husband, and I've seen it with my parents, and I've seen it with his parents, and I've seen it with other relationships that I've observed. and friends and cousins and family members and things like that. So anyways, but that's all just to say that he doesn't, certain things we do get, but he doesn't get certain things, and I need to talk to other women who are moms about it. So that has helped me a lot. Piggybacking off of that, using social media to do that has been super helpful for me. I have a lot of distant cousins, and talking to them on Facebook helps me a lot when I have a question or when I'm going through something and I need some support. Having Facebook has helped me quite a bit. And I know people say social media is not really good for you, but I think it depends on how you use it. For instance, Instagram really helped me get through my miscarriage, and it really helped me with my chronic diagnosis, because there's a lot of people on Instagram who have physical health issues and post different things about how they cope and how they're getting through it, kind of like what are they doing with their lives. It helped me to realize that, you know, it doesn't have to be a dark, alone place. You know, there's so many people out there who have chronic illnesses who are living their lives. There are harder days and there are easier days, and there's ways to deal with both. And it helped me to just understand that I am not alone in my feelings, I think. It's just really what I'm trying to get at. There's just so many people out there who understand what I feel when I feel it. And I think that's, in that way, social media is super beneficial. YouTube also helped me to get through breastfeeding. There were so many issues that I had as far as like the pain of breastfeeding and all that stuff. And watching YouTube moms talk about their breastfeeding journeys, different tips that they gave, and then I eventually became an exclusive pumper because it just was so much better for me and for her, because she was actually eating more through the bottle than she was through the breast. So that helped for both of us, and I would not have known how to be an exclusive pumper if it were not for YouTube. It's just true. There are so many exclusive pumpers on YouTube, and I learned everything that I know from them, and from nurses, obviously, when I would go to checkups and stuff, but mostly from YouTube. And so I just can't harp enough on the importance of having a network, whether that's, I highly suggest you have an in-person network of people that you do know, but nobody in my family had been an exclusive pumper. So YouTube saved my breastfeeding journey, because I probably would have stopped and started feeding formula, to be honest. I was in such excruciating pain. I don't think that I could have done a whole year like I was able to do because I was pumping. So yeah, so social media really helped me a lot to navigate through all these changes in my life. And if you're watching my YouTube channel, you're probably going through some changes yourself. I find that a lot of people come to YouTube because they have a problem and they want to hear other normal people who have solved the problem, or hear their experiences. So YouTube is great, Instagram's great, Facebook was great. All those three things have worked for me so well in helping me to navigate. My fourth thing is self-reflection time. So taking time to really stop and think about what kind of person I want to be, what kind of mom I want to be, what kind of wife I want to be, what kind of professional I want to be, has helped me go through very difficult decisions, help me make difficult decisions. For example, I've said in a few videos that I'm recruited for different jobs probably on a monthly basis. My LinkedIn profile, people send me messages probably on a monthly basis, and wanting me to apply to different jobs. And honestly, I've always been the kind of person who, if an opportunity presents itself to me, I really go for it. Because for such a long time, it was so dramatically different in my life. For such a long time, I had a hard time finding a job that I liked or enjoyed and that I wanted to stay in. And I just kept getting rejection after rejection after rejection, and it was just not great. And so whenever an opportunity did come, it was kind of like getting, rain after a drought. So obviously I went for it full force every single time. And so it's a very different transition in my mentality to now think about, sit comfortably in a place and think about, okay, well, I have a pretty decent job, I get a pretty decent salary, I'm able to have the schedule that I want that works for my family? Do I really need this other opportunity that's presenting itself to me? How is that going to impact my family? How's it going to impact me? Is it going to make me more or less of the mom that I want to be? Is it going to make me more or less of the professional I want to be? One of the comments that I got maybe a year or two ago from somebody on YouTube was that I'm going to like burn myself out. I'm doing too much. And at the time, I didn't feel that way at all because I know what I can handle, and I know that through trial and errors of the past. But now as a mom, it's different. So I really do think about that person's comment. It's so interesting how simple little things that people say can come back to you. Even if it wasn't relevant to you at the time, it becomes relevant later. But when that person said what that person said comes to my mind every time a new opportunity presents itself. And I ask myself, is this going to burn me out? Can I do this and be the person that I want to be for my daughter, for my husband, for myself, and for my career? If the answer is no, then the answer for that decision of whether to take that opportunity is very clear to me. The answer is no. As much as it sucks for me sometimes to think about like 10 years ago, if this opportunity presented itself, I would be like jumping up and taking it, and I probably have 3 different jobs at once because that's how I've always been, because that's how I've had to be, like I said. But now it's much different, where I can sit comfortably being the mom that I want to be, being the wife that I want to be, being the, counselor or psychologist that I want to be, and really think more strategically about what opportunities I take and when I take them. So I had to turn down a job offer just today, actually, because even though it was a great opportunity, I just knew it would take me away from being the kind of mom that I want to be for my child, and being the kind of wife I want to be for my husband, and being the kind of counselor or professional I want to be for the clients that I already have. Because I feel like when counselors or psychologists or anybody in this field starts to stretch themselves a little bit too thin, then they're not able to give as much to the clients that they already have, and the organization that I'm already serving. So stretching myself in that way for 2 different things, which just would have been too hard. So having those moments of reflection, having alone time, whether that's when my daughter's asleep at night or when she's taking a nap, and I'm able to just sit, really think about an opportunity or a thing that's going on, and think about how this is going to help or hinder me in different aspects of my life, then making difficult decisions, dealing with difficult transitions is very clear to me. And I've talked about this in another video, where I will ask myself, what is my end goal, and is this opportunity or thing going to get me closer to or further away from it? Is it going to distract me from my end goal, or is it going to serve me in my end goal in some way? So those are my 4 tips, and I hope that helped you think about how you handle your transitions in life, and maybe there's something that I said that was different to you. If you have any questions or you want to talk about your transitions, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.